When I was a little kid, I used to beg my parents for hours to go to Toys R Us. Then when they would finally take me, I would beg for stuff, and they regretted coming. But I still have fond memories of going to Toys R Us as a little kid, and I was extremely sad when I heard that they were going out of business. At first, I thought, oh yeah, Amazon must be eating them up, Target, Walmart, yeah, that's enough for toys. That must be what's causing it. Well, actually, it was some attack vultures who decided to carve on Toys R Us. You can learn more about that via some other videos in the description. So in this video, we will be taking a tour of a Toys R Us. This is the location in Algonquin, Illinois. It's also a combo Babies R Us store, so we're going to take a look at that as well. This store originally opened in 2008, and it was a relocation of an older store that was located in West Dundee, Illinois. You might be able to tell, but the store does feel pretty modern and doesn't really feel outdated at all. And this was like, 2 months into the closing sale, and they were packed with merchandise. The store was almost fully stocked. And there's a reason this store is so well stocked at this point. The sale is being ran by liquidators, and they've brought in additional merchandise. I'm not suspecting this. It's signed on the doors. This was actually the only section of the store right here that was starting to empty out. And it's probably because this was where all the cool stuff was, like the sports equipment, Nerf guns. Then back here you got bikes, motorized cars. This was the stuff that I always wanted as a kid, and my parents never got me because it was an absolute waste of money. Would have been awesome going down the street in one of those cheapo plastic Hummers. As I got older, the first thing I would ever do at Toys R Us would be looking at the Lego building sets. They had an awesome selection, and I would, dream of the stuff I could build with Legos. Right here, is like, the various board games and table games section of the store. They also had a great selection of various, kids' educational and learning tools here. Somebody knocked that price checker sign, and it was spinning the entire time I was here. This is over where they had a lot of the branded action figures. Over here, they had Marvel, Star Wars, all that fun stuff. And in between the aisles, they had these tunnels for kids and parents to walk through. In the front corner of the store is the electronics department. However, there weren't really that many electronics available, and it seems like that the liquidator brought in a lot of extra merchandise. However, they did have a lot of, Xbox games and stuff like that. I really feel bad for Jeffrey the Giraffe. He'll be out of a job soon. Right now we're going to take a look at the other half of the store, which is Babies R Us. In the very back of the store, there is the Babies R Us Learning Center, now being used as storage. Many suspect that Toys R Us was being weighed down by Babies R Us, and I don't really disagree with that necessarily. Even during the liquidation sale, Toys R Us was packed, and Babies R Us, was wide open and empty. In the back of the store, they also had this store guide sign. They didn't have this in the front. Do you need a stroller? Well, Babies R Us had way too many strollers, and they had a perfect selection for you, but they went out of business, so now you have to go to Bye Bye Baby. Right here is the Baby Registry Center, and when they announced that they were going out of business, this really ruined a lot of expectant mothers' plans. Toys R Us and Babies R Us shutting down is really sad news for millions of kids and families worldwide. However, you can still go to Canada where their stores will be staying open. In the entryway, they put up these two posters, one big and one small, that read, "I will always be a Toys R Us kid." Of course, I took a picture standing in front of it. Thank you for watching this video. I'm really sad I had to make this video in the first place. Losing Toys R Us is just losing a piece of my childhood. I don't really plan to film any more Toys R Us stores. This channel mainly focuses about department stores, but I figured I'd have to do at least one Toys R Us. If you'd like to watch more videos kind of similar to this, I would suggest clicking on the two videos on the screen right now. Thank you, and much more content is coming soon.